Hola amigos, soy Alejandro. Welcome to KeySpanish. And in today's lesson, we're going to tackle a confusing distinction between two forms of the verb poder. And these are podía and podría. Podía is a verb poder, and you can translate it as I could. And podría is a verb poder, and you can translate it as I could. Okay, I know, confusing. Let's take a closer look at it. So the first one, podía, is poder in the imperfect tense. This tense is the one in the past, like yo hablaba, yo comía, yo vivía. Podía is the form both for the first person, yo, and the third person, él, ella, o usted. Let's take a look at the first use of this, podía. We use it to express a past ability. Think of it as, instead of I could, as I used to be able to, or I was able to do something. En la universidad, John podía estudiar 5 horas seguidas. In college, John was able to study for 5 hours straight. So I had this past ability. And another use of poder is when we use it with the preposition con and no, like no poder con algo. You can think of it as to not be able to deal with or cope or bear with something. Like, no podía con tanto ruido, así que me fui de la fiesta. I couldn't bear the noise. Or I couldn't bear so much noise, so I left the party. And you can use also this with people, like no puedo con mi suegra. And in this case, it's more I cannot stand someone. I cannot stand my mother-in-law. So I'm going to get divorced. Me voy a divorciar. And one more use in this same token would be no poder más. No poder más is I cannot take it anymore. Like durante la carrera no podía más, así que abandoné. And you can use it also with the word ya. Ya no podía más, both mean the same thing. So I cannot take it anymore. And then you have podría. Also again, the verb poder, but in this case in the conditional tense, like in the tense that you would say hablaría, comería, viviría. And once again, podría is both the form of the first person, yo, and the third person, él, ella, usted. And let's look at the first use of podría, which is to express possibility. So, Sergio podría ser un buen profesor, pero es muy vago. Sergio could be a good teacher if he made the effort. That's a possibility. But he's very lazy. So to express possibility, we use podría in the conditional. Another use is to speak about hypothetical situations. Si Alejandro tuviera pelo, podría encontrar novia. If Alejandro had hair, he could find a girlfriend. Now, something to say about this hypothetical situation, you can use it also without poder and use directly the conditional in the following verb, like si Alejandro tuviera pelo, encontraría novia. But this second option expresses much more conviction on it. Podría is could if in a very hypothetical situation. So it's much less convincing. It's like saying he could find a girlfriend or he would find a girlfriend if he had hair. Okay? So this use of expressing hypothetical situations can be both podría or used directly with the conditional with more conviction. And the third use of podría is to request something politely. Profesor, ¿podría explicar de nuevo el uso de por y para? Teacher, could you explain again the use of por and para? And the teacher replied, no. If you want to learn how to use por and para, watch Alejandro's video on it that he did some time ago. You will find it somewhere on the screen. I'm not going to explain it anymore. So to sum up, podía is the imperfect tense of poder in the past. Yo podía, tú podías, él podía, and expresses a past ability, something I used to be able to do. And this construction, no poder con, no podía con, algo is an inability to cope with something or with someone. No podía con mi suegra. Whereas podría is a conditional tense. It expresses possibility or also hypothetical situations, and it's used to request something politely. Now, you have the chance of winning a free beer, una cerveza gratis, by answering these questions in the comments. The first one to do so will get this beer. And the first sentence would be, cuando era joven, hacer 50 flexiones. Ahora no hago ni 5. So it's podía o podría. Comprar un coche, pero prefiero ir en bici. Third one, is haber sido modelo de ropa interior, pero prefiero enseñar español. The fourth one, Sergio, con tanto trabajo, así que se tomó unas vacaciones. Again, Sergio es muy vago, so he needs holidays. Disculpe, Alejandro, hacer un vídeo sobre el subjuntivo. I'm sure now you have a much better idea of when to use podía, the imperfect tense, or podría, the conditional tense, in Spanish. And if you enjoyed the lesson, please dale a me gusta, give it a like, es gratis. And if you want to continue learning grammar, I did also a video on the distinction between desde hace que, which is quite tricky, but I'm sure it will help you. Muchas gracias, soy Alejandro de KeySpanish y nos vemos en clase.